Welcome to WNIA Radio. My name is Chelsea, and I'm here with Tough Old Bird. Introduce yourself, guys.
Hey, I'm Nate. I'm going to be playing the guitar and the harmonica and singing tonight.
Matthew. I'm Nate's younger brother. I'm going to play guitar and some banjo.
I'm Jay, and I'll play the upright bass.
Awesome. So how'd you guys form? How'd you guys meet?
Well, Matt and I didn't have much choice in the matter of being brothers. And we ran into Jay here at a show. He was playing in another band.
Okay.
And we stole him from the other
stole
band.
him.
Yeah.
Did you play the bass when you were in the other band too?
Yep, I'm still in both bands.
Oh, okay. How'd you get to playing the bass?
I started out playing bass guitar years ago, and it was just a natural progression with the kind of music I was getting into.
Okay, cool.
So eventually I moved to upright.
Cool. How'd you guys start your instruments?
I started teaching myself guitar, I think, in high school, and then started kind of writing my own stuff when I went to college.
So you're the songwriter of the band?
No, we both are.
Okay. Okay. So what kind of bands influence you guys?
Oh boy, all kinds of things. I mean, we're really into folk music. That's kind of our bread and butter, I guess. So, you know, Dylan is pretty huge, and I could go on and on, but lots of early folk stuff.
Okay. Okay. So if you guys could like open for any big, humongous band, it doesn't have to be in the folk category. It could be for metal category if you really want to.
Oh boy, that would be interesting. We opened for a punk show once. That was an experience. What did you think, Matt? Who'd you want to?
Let's see if we could land a spot on like Guns N' Roses.
The reunion
tour. I'm not sure how long that would last, but
at least
could
one
be
show.
Yeah, they're sure to get through one
but
show.
It already happened.
So how long you guys been in a band?
We've been I don't know, 3 years.
Years. That's a
Give or
decent
take.
amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you guys want to play a song for us now?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. The shore went by at night so silently. Where did it go? A man like me is hard to be around. Sometimes I know. Smell the smoke and feel the wheel paddling against the flow. I wouldn't trade it even though I can't help but miss the gambling days. They're gone, I suppose. The riverboat girls are walking up and down, smelling like a rose. But now the con men, they never come around, grinning in their fancy clothes. Never thought I'd miss them, but so it goes. barber said, good God, I've seen it all from behind this chair. Every kind of man you would hope to meet, they all sat right there. They used to line up one by one and wait for me to cut their hair. They all came and went, what do I care? Found what I had hidden deep inside, put it on display. Tried so hard to sell my soul, you know, every night and day. It wasn't worth that much, it seems. I couldn't even give it away. One day you'll listen to what I say.
That's really nice.
Oh, thank you kindly.
All right, so walk us through what's it about. What's the song title?
Well, that song is called "Gamblin' Days," and it's actually the title track from an album that we just put out earlier this year. And it's about all sorts of things, really, riverboats and whatnot.
Okay.
It's about I've actually never told anybody this, but it's about Herman Melville a little bit. And I don't want to explain how that is possible, but it's true.
Okay.
So he mentioned he works at the Power Authority. Where do you two work?
I work at SUNY Geneseo, actually, and Nate is a freelance writer.
That's true.
You work at the college?
Yeah.
Then? What do you teach, or what do you do?
I don't teach.
You don't teach?
I work in food service, so
He
Okay.
teaches sandwiches.
I do teach sandwiches.
What'd you guys go to college for and everything?
I was an art major at SUNY Fredonia.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Go.
I studied English at Geneseo.
Okay.
I'm an electrical guy.
Okay.
Why I work next door.
Gotcha. Got it. Okay. Anything else? Yeah.
So you went to school for art, though. What did you do necessarily in the arts?
I specifically studied illustration.
That's really cool.
So I did a lot of like pen and ink drawings, and also studied a bit of art history too.
And that's how I found the school. Is I was looking at art history and museum curation. But
Okay.
illustration's really cool. I always loved it.
Okay. Do you guys prefer larger or smaller crowds for shows?
I mean, the largest crowds we've ever had probably wouldn't be all that large by some standards, but I guess I like a large crowd because it's a rare
So
occurrence.
what's your large crowdish type of?
Our large crowd is like 100 people or
Okay.
a couple of hundred people
Okay.
at best, which is
Yeah.
pretty great
Yeah,
for
it
us.
really depends on how interested they are.
Mhm.
You can play for like 40 million people, but if none of them are listening, it's not really worthwhile.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do love a small but good crowd.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like 40 people.
Yeah.
Usually. Yeah.
Or two.
Too, yeah.
Sounds like our show here. And what other kind of local bands do you guys play with, or the names of them, or?
We did a couple of shows with Caleb and Caroline earlier
Okay.
this year, who are, I think they're from Buffalo. They're really, really great.
Are they country folk too, or are they?
Yeah, they're sort of like a singer-songwriter
Okay.
duo, not unlike ourselves, I guess. Timberland Whiskey Band, which is Jay's other band, we played with them
couple of times. How would you describe
We're
their sound?
we're an old time band,
Yeah.
old time string band,
Okay. That's
jug
cool.
band, jazz type stuff.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have any like musical guilty pleasures? Like I listen to all metal and I'm obsessed with Nicki Minaj.
Oh, I can't talk about it.
Can't talk about it, so it's not bad.
It's I have a real soft spot for 90s country,
Yeah.
and yeah, give me a cassette of Alan Jackson, and I'm a happy man.
It's what they played on the school bus growing
When we were-
up,
yeah.
so it's just kind of like.
Gotcha.
I got in there,
Yeah.
man.
How'd you guys get to open up for the punch that you mentioned earlier?
Open it for well, they kind of this was in Ohio at a place called the Stone Tavern in Kent, Ohio, and they just booked us the show, and they didn't really tell us what it was. We'd played there once before, and they had us back, and so when we got there, we kind of found out that we were opening the show for like 7 local punk bands, which was actually kind of awesome. It was we had a really fun show. Those kids were up for just about anything.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got one?
Okay. So you mentioned yours. What are your 2 musical guilty pleasures?
I'm partial to country music as well.
You're like country or country like pop? That's like in now.
I would say country.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a bit of a strong dislike for country pop.
Yeah, I can't take that.
I am a big 80s thrash metal guy.
Ooh.
That's my,
All right.
my guilty pleasure.
Good answer.
You're great, that game.
I got like no questions. Do you have any funny band stories?
Boy,
Or stories about yourself?
that
in
punk show,
particular?
that punk show
Yeah,
story was pretty
that's
funny.
Probably the most
Mhm, that was
interesting
good.
thing that happened while touring. Anyway, that's the most
Yeah,
fun thing that we.
funny. Somebody.
So where have you guys torn? Just around like East Coast or like around here?
We've gone as far south as Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Mostly
South Carolina.
East Coast, yeah,
Yeah.
South Carolina, and then over to Ohio. But this upcoming May, we're actually going into the Midwest.
Okay.
Yeah,
It'll be fun.
we've played quite a bit around like Ohio and Pennsylvania and West Virginia a few times. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Get down to New York City whenever we can, which is not all that often, but that's always fun.
Okay.
Have you guys played on any festivals?
We did one of the festivals at Sterling Stage last year. We're going to be doing it again, the Sterling Folk Festival or something like that, which is
Yeah,
Memorial Day weekend.
We
What's the-
played at the Elmwood Avenue Festival
That's the one.
2 years in a row, which is really fun.
I missed the past years, but I've gone to that religiously over the years. Tons of fun. I manage a gym stakeout, so I'm kind of forced to embrace
Okay.
all the Buffalo
Gotcha.
culture.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be back at that again this
Yeah.
year.
So, favorite fast food from the area?
From the area.
Since you guys
are we
tour.
obligated to say chicken wings?
No.
What fast food is from the area?
Anything, really? Anything's up for grabs. So, like, before you leave this area to go on tour, what is like your go-to? I gotta have this
Oh, I
before
gotcha.
I
okay.
leave.
Well, we have a strong soft spot for it's called the Works at any diner for breakfast. So it's like several eggs, sausage, toast, hash browns. I
Yeah,
guess, anything.
bacon.
Yeah. So diner breakfast,
Yeah.
I think.
I know it's not fast food, but you get it fast. It's not bad.
It's just as bad for you.
Oh yeah.
Have you tried the Y up on Main Street heading towards downtown? It's a little coffee shop, and I think you can get at least 3 meals for under $10.
Oh, that sounds great.
Best. It's like a cute little local diner, probably one of the best breakfasts you could find in the area.
Yeah, it's been there forever.
Okay, putting that on my list.
So do you guys live around here then, or?
We live in Mount Morris, New York, which is maybe 40 minutes south of Rochester.
Okay.
I
It's
know
on
that.
the
We're
north end of Letchworth State Park,
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Got it.
and Jay lives like.
I live right in
Jay
Leesville.
lives
Yeah, we're from Buffalo, so you know, we've only made it up to Rochester a few times with our friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's your question.
My question. So, what is the funniest pickup line you guys, like worst pickup line you've ever used on a girl?
I only use good pickup lines. I don't,
Yeah.
I don't have any bad ones.
You know what I mean? All right. Well, what is the funniest pickup line you've ever used?
I don't know.
I'm not.
Me?
You. No, that's your
Yeah.
question. You.
You go
You.
Well, you were laughing
She
the
was looking at
hardest.
you
Yeah,
when she
you-
said it.
I cannot think of one right now. Yeah, I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
can't.
I'm like, all right. Guess we're gonna have to use one of our lifelines on that.
I could just call some girls up and ask them what I said. I don't remember.
So if your child someday in the future turns 21 and asks you or tells you they want to start a band, what life advice would you give them?
Well, that's going to depend on how this whole thing here turns out by the time we have kids. But hopefully, I would encourage them to go for it. It's not bad.
I guess I would guide them in what genre of music. Just 'cause, I don't know.
So if they decided to be 80s metal band, what would you go for?
I would tell them to go hang out with Jay.
Yeah, Jay would be happy. Let's stay away from that pop country, though.
Or what if they decided they told you they wanted to be a rapper? How would you guys handle that
Ooh.
one?
That'd be a surprise, but I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think there
Have
is
at
rap
it.
music in Mount Morris, so.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
No.
I guess we would just foster any creativity we can muster. I guess.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh crap! I just forgot. You got one?
I'm thinking.
No. You guys want to play another song for us then?
Sure.
Yeah. Hand me my A harmonica, would you there? That's the one.
Buried in my grave.
Yep. Do a little blues.
Ready?
Woman I love, I swear she knows just how to hurt me. First time I saw her, I said, Lord have mercy, I was trying to get to heaven. Oh, but things ain't looking good. When I'm buried in my grave, I'm gonna do just like I should. She's the tip of the iceberg, she's the captain's daughter. When I ask for gasoline, she just bring me water. I said I can't drink this stuff, babe. What are you trying to do to me? When I'm buried in my grave, baby, then you'll see. She's riding down the sidewalk, she's ringing the bell. She's her own worst enemy and mine as well. She said, mark my words, one day I'll have my fun. When I'm buried in my grave, there's gonna be some rolling done.
Awesome. So what's that called? Where did that come from?
That song is called. Where'd you take that? That's called "Buried in My Grave," and that came from. Let's see. Matt wrote the music to that song.
Yeah, I wrote it. I think I was just kind of messing around in the kitchen one day. Actually, there's this little thing that last summer we had the opportunity to open for Guy Davis, who's this fantastic blues singer.
Great blues man.
And I learned by watching him on stage just like a couple of little things that I kind of like tucked away in the back of my mind. And then I just wanted to use them in something, so I wrote the music for that song and sent it off to Nate.
And I don't know, wrote the blues song as lyrics I can think of for it. Actually, I think that song is probably the worst pickup line I've ever used.
Yeah. And it didn't even work.
Nope.
How did you guys come up with your band name?
Band name? Boy, we get asked that a lot. That must be. Is it a good band name? Makes you wonder where it came
I've
from.
heard a lot of band names in the past 2 weeks, so this is the one that stuck out. I can tell you that much.
It's just a thing that our dad used to say about our grandma. Actually, she's a tough old bird, and she was. And it seemed like a good band name.
Just kind of stuck there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We actually struggled with it for quite a while, and then
Yeah,
I think we just
trying to
we were
come
just
up with
like,
something.
it's enough time trying to figure this out, so let's go with it.
Yeah.
Is that kind of your last option, or?
It was the first option that we liked.
Okay.
After
Okay.
going through a lot of things that we didn't.
So where does band practice normally take place?
In our kitchen/living room, or at Jay's house here when he'll have us.
Okay. You guys come out the 2.5-hour drive or whatever?
It's like an hour and a half. It's not
that's
so
not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we play in Buffalo every chance we get, so
Okay.
we're kind of used to it by now.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Where'd you learn how to play the harmonica?
I don't know. I actually learned harmonica. That was the first thing I learned to play long before I started playing guitar.
In the kitchen too?
Yeah. I bought one when I was in college for no real reason at all, other than that I think I just kind of wanted to learn to play something, and it seemed like the easiest option, which it isn't really necessarily.
I was
but,
gonna say, I tried blowing into one as a kid, and it just comes that.
But yeah, I just kind of started on it and stuck with it. I listened to a lot of blues music, and a lot of Dylan and Neil Young and stuff like that, and kind of pieced together a little bit at the time.
Okay.
So you said you do electrical. What made you want to go into that?
Well, that's a long, old story. I was a drafting student, and I got an internship in an electrical department, and I just kind of took to it and changed my major, and I've been doing it ever since.
So where did you go to school for electrical?
I went to school at N-Trip.
You went to school in Entry?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous up there now.
I haven't been there.
I
I
drove-
won't tell you when I graduated.
I drove past it not too long ago, and I was like, wow, these dorms are nicer than the ones here. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous looking. And why did both of you choose your majors then?
I had been drawing. Well, we both grew up drawing for almost my entire life, and so it just kind of seemed like the natural thing that I really had to.
Nat for.
Yeah, and I wanted to go into it. Yeah.
Yeah, English. I mean, I always loved to read, and I think I fancied myself a writer of some kind. It took a long time to arrive at writing songs, but I guess I kind of figured I'd be doing something
Got it.
like that.
Since you love to read, what's your favorite book?
Oh boy,
And you have to pick one.
I do have to pick one.
Out of all the other.
All right. Well, this will change in a couple of days probably, but I'm actually right now I'm reading Huckleberry Finn for the second time. I'd read it ages ago in high school, like I think most people have to, and I'm really loving it the second time through. It's I mean, this is not a groundbreaking statement, but it's a really great book.
I think I read that in 4th grade for fun,
Uh-huh.
but I always read more advanced, and I absolutely loved it. I think I
Yeah.
have 3 different copies at my house.
Yeah,
That's
it's the
a great
best.
book.
What made you want to start a band?
Boy, I don't know. I mean, music has always been kind of big, just in our lives, I guess, and
Okay.
maybe it was inevitable at a certain point that we would start trying to play it.
Did a family member play something, or?
Yeah, our dad played guitar, and he tried to teach us a couple times when we were kids, and it never really worked out. We weren't into it back then, I guess. But
My dad plays drums in a polka band.
really,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I learned guitar my junior year of high school. It was fun.
I'm the unmusically inclined one. Artistically, yes. Mechanically, yes. Music, no.
Do you still play?
Here and there.
Yeah.
I know 4 chords. Working on those bar
You can write a
chords.
lot of songs with 4 chords.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah.
I think all the songs we've played so far, I've only had 3. Really good.
So I see you have a banjo. How did you get a knack for playing banjo? Discover that you wanted to play banjo?
Well, I think deep down everybody wants to play banjo.
Yeah, on some level.
I had a Barney banjo when I was younger. You just stuck your hand in it and started playing music.
Matt plays everything.
Yeah.
Let's see. I started playing banjo. Well, I would kind of like go into music stores or instrument stores and kind of gravitate toward the banjos. But I never bought one for years, and so I finally did last year.
Like a year ago. Yeah.
Before that, I had actually built my own out of a like old gas can. So I kind of like knew my way around it a little bit by the time I actually got one. So yeah.
So what other instruments do you play besides
Let's see.
guitar and banjo?
I play accordion, a couple of different guitars, banjo. I play the tambourine with my foot.
Is that the thing that's making noise?
Yes.
I was wondering what the heck was making noise. I didn't
That's
see
our
it.
drummer.
I didn't
Yeah.
see it. The back of my chair was
Yeah,
vibrating it.
we can't afford a drummer yet, so. Let's see. Anything else?
You play a mean ukulele. I've
That's
heard
true.
it. I've heard
That's
it
true.
happen.
Ukulele is incredibly hard to play. My boyfriend
is.
plays guitar and he struggles with it. Like,
I think it's because it's so small.
So little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you feel like you're gonna break it.
Do either of you play any other instruments?
I play a little bit of guitar, but I mainly just play bass.
Yeah, I'm guitar and harmonica. That's the extent of it. Always wanted to learn piano though. I'll get around to that one day.
You can buy like, I think they're like $40,000, but it'll press the key for you and it'll teach you how to play. Like you
Oh, wow.
download. I mean, if you have a spare $40,000 lying
$40,000.
around,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an app and it'll.
yeah,
you know,
it makes the key bounce up and down until you hit it. It'll teach you how to play.
And you hit like 3 notes and then just.
So when you guys make it big, which I'm sure you will, that is definitely should be
Alright.
your first investment.
Cool.
Or just like a $40 keyboard.
Yeah, I'll probably go that way.
Yeah. Yeah. You know anything?
So what is your favorite art medium to work with?
I would say pen and ink and charcoal.
Charcoal.
I used to take life drawing classes, and we worked exclusively in charcoal. And even though like you had to breathe it in all day and stuff, it was always just a blast to work with.
I couldn't stand charcoal. I would use hairspray to keep it all from falling off the paper.
Yeah.
I liked
Yeah.
sculpting a lot. I made a lot of weird things. Like I made a flower out of spoons one day because I was bored and had to paint the whole thing. And then like spent there with a wood burning tip, melting half the spoons. It was a mess, but it was the most fun I've ever had.
I can draw houses and stick figures. My dad. Yeah.
Have you guys ever played at Music is Art in Buffalo?
Music is art. No, are we playing at that this year?
It's
No,
right
I
outside
think-
the Albright.
We have some friends who've played there. I think the Berry brothers played there last
That's right,
year.
they did.
They're actually from the same hometown as us, but we've never played ourselves now.
What's your favorite like venue to play at? Locally.
In Buffalo, Nietzsche's is the place that they've had us back a few times, and we always have a good show there.
Whereabouts is that?
It's in Allentown.
Downtown? Alright.
Yeah, that's a good spot. And in Rochester, we always play at the Bug Jar, which is sort of the Nietzsche's of Rochester.
Do you guys have any like pre-concert rituals or after rituals or anything of that nature?
No, we're not very superstitious.
Not very superstitious.
Not really.
I think it's really important to like eat the right thing before going on stage.
What is the right thing? I wasn't aware of
Or
this.
what is the wrong thing?
Yeah, that's more
I think
important.
like a heavy meal is not the
You
good,
don't want that,
not
yeah.
a good thing before going on stage. And then a good heavy meal after you're done playing is pretty much the greatest thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, after playing at your favorite venue in Buffalo, where do you go after to get your heavy meal? Do you just go home to make it, or do you go out to eat after?
Usually after playing in Buffalo, we just go home because it's so late, and
Yeah.
we're just like worn right down. Or we break down and get fast food on the way home. That happens a lot.
Do you
think
have
we have
anything else you want to talk about?
What else? Well, we got a new album out, and
Are you doing an album release show or?
we released it in January this
Okay.
year. We did an album release show
Okay.
at Nietzsche's, our favorite venue in Buffalo.
It's available on Spotify.
It's
for those of you
available,
that have a
yeah.
Spotify account.
Or you can download it on our Bandcamp page, and check us out on Facebook and all that stuff. We're
Got it.
all over.
So how did you guys find WNA and want to play here?
Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook. Yeah. I think Jay sent me Chelsea's post.
Which was that 585 or 716 or 315
I think
or
716.
716?
Yeah.
And then I sent you a message the next day.
Mm-hmm. I got a lot of bands that wanted to be played on here, but I only got one that wanted an interview. So.
Oh really?
Yep. So lucky you guys.
Yes, indeed.
And a lot of pop punk, but that's what every teenager wants to play though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I don't think a punk band would fit in the space that we're in right now.
Yeah, that's.
No, we had a metal band on Monday. We had 7 people in the studio.
Really?
Not playing though.
No.
I don't think that would ever work.
No, we had our pop punk band. They're the same age as us. They came 3 or 4 weeks ago, and there were the 4 of them, and they were playing. And it was really warm in here because the air conditioning wasn't on, but it worked very well.
You ever get a drummer in here?
Might just play the tambourine.
No.
I think it'd be
It's a good call.
interesting to
Yeah.
see a drum set in here. I definitely think that.
I don't think a drum set. I think someone's gonna bring like one of those box things that you sit on and do this. They're doing that a couple Fridays from now.
Interesting. Have you guys worked with any other college radio stations, or are we the first?
Did
You're
one?
the first. Oh wait, yeah, I have actually. I played on a show called The Local Lowdown at Fredonia when I was a student there, and that later transitioned to Localized, which is on 107.7.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, we've played on there twice,
Okay.
which is always a lot of fun.
Were you in the radio in college?
No, I think I found out about it on Facebook as well, just that they wanted to have like a local, it was a show where they would play like 3 or 4 songs by local bands and then have a local band in the studio and play. So I think that was about a month after I started writing songs, I played what I had.
Yeah.
So you're just alone then?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm bad at this.
Oh, you're
My
doing great.
first
You're
time
doing
at
great.
all of this.
Yeah, Jake usually does this, and Jake and I don't play broom ball.
Do you guys know
Well,
what the sport of broom ball is?
Yeah, it's like it's played on ice,
It's
right?
like
Yeah.
floor hockey,
With,
but
like,
on ice, yeah.
Oh, right.
Broomy
Yeah.
kind of things. Yeah, I think I
with
played
the,
that
the,
once.
The ice scrapers, and you get to
Yeah.
like, fling the ball.
Yeah.
Our boyfriends think that's like the most amusing sport out there, and we like the intramural sports here. We're signing up for Battleship. You sit in kayaks in the pool, and it's real life Battleship. So
That
I'm
sounds
very
terrific.
interested.
I would play.
Yeah.
I would still play that. Do you have to like actually like? Do you sink if you get sunk?
I don't know.
We don't know yet. We'll see how that goes. Did you guys ever play any sports?
No, I wasn't so much for the sports.
I played t-ball in 2nd grade.
Yeah,
And I think that was.
he was
the
good.
end of that. Oh yeah, I was.
He hit that thing off the tee.
I had the Fisher Price tea stand just to place it to
You can
Hey,
guess
broke
which
it.
sports I played.
football.
What's that?
Football?
Basketball?
No, got it.
Yeah, he's a tall man. For those who can't see him.
I'm surprised the base is taller than you. Is that the standard size of a base, or does it come like
They make
fit to a person?
they make smaller ones, but this is the standard size for them. It's got an end pin in the bottom that adjusts it up and down.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah.
this is what size 95% of the people you'll see playing them have.
I was supposed to play string instruments in elementary school, and my hands are so small and everything, they couldn't find a string instrument I could play. They were like, we're sorry, there's nothing. So I have a guitar, and it is a child-sized guitar because I physically can't spread my fingers out far enough.
Well, maybe you should play the ukulele then.
I bet I could if I sat down and tried to teach myself.
Yeah.
I can only read tabs. I can read like the actual notes. I don't understand chords. So I can play the intro to Stairway to Heaven, but I can't play a single chord.
I played piano. Alright, I got to like Jingle Bells and then I stopped. So I just spread my fingers out to an octave, but that's about it.
Yeah, mine don't go that far. I was sad. I went to get my graduation or my class ring, and they told me to try Claire's. They didn't have a size that fit me.
I just stuck to singing.
Yeah.
That worked.
Yeah.
So, outside of playing music, what are your guys' hobbies or interests?
I go fishing every chance I get. Big into the fishing.
Shape.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Oh yeah, I used to have a Crown Vic, and I would keep like 3 fishing poles and chairs in the backseat, and like every day. All right, I'm going fishing now.
Nice.
See y'all.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we live right by the Finger Lakes, so we go there a lot. Yeah, I like hiking too.
Yeah.
Just a lot of the outdoors type of activities.
Yeah, I'm about the same. Fishing, hiking, reading.
Yeah. Thrill minute in the Tough Old Bird
Teaching the
household.
sandwiches.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And what about you? What are your?
I'm in a lot of bands.
You're in a lot of
Yeah.
bands,
So, yeah.
it is just music.
It's definitely the biggest hobby.
So you're country folk, and then you got your jazz band. Are you in a metal hardcore 80s band too?
No, I could be though. I could see myself doing that.
What instrument would you play with that band?
A bass.
Bass guitar.
Bass guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said you used to be in some like heavy bands.
I was
but-
in some awful teenage punk type stuff.
So, what was your worst band experience then?
Well, my worst band experience would be with people, not necessarily like with. The thing about like you could be in an awful band, but if you like the people and it's fun, the experience is still good. But you can play with the best musicians in the world, and if you don't get along with them, then it's. My worst experience was playing with a guy who will leave his name out of the story, but he could play anything you could think of, but he just had the personality of a I don't know, an angry animal or something. He was
Understand
never
that feeling.
he was never agreeable. I think I played 3 shows with him, had a screaming match, and walked out. So.
So, roughly how long have you been in band? You said teenagers? You started when you were a teen, you joined bands and everything?
Yeah.
That's cool. So did you guys ever buy like a band van? Like the typical stereotypical, we have a van to Carter.
No, I would love to have one because that would be just a huge step in the right direction. Matt and I have a Honda Civic,
Oh,
which is
man.
a tiny car,
About
and
as
that is what
small
we.
as it gets, I think.
Yeah, I mean Jay doesn't tour with us because we can't fit him in the vehicle. It's just
Him or
one of those
his
things.
bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of car do you have then that?
I've got an SUV. There's
Okay.
there's not many options when you have one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys do get a van? What kind of van are you looking at? Like one of the Volkswagen ones, or just a typical like Ford?
Just a big white van.
Just a
yeah.
big white
Yeah.
van?
I saw one on the side of the road once that the sides were painted as huge American flags. I think if I can find it, that's the one.
That's the one. So you're a big side of the road car person too? Because that's how I got my first car. I was driving down the road and they said $2,000. I went up and was like, I'll pay you $500 today if I can take the car. It lasted about a year, put
Wow.
10,000 miles on it, and then it got totaled. So
Yeah, it's probably
yeah, by my boyfriend who drives the Civic,
That was.
who wasn't used to having a bigger car.
Yeah. No, we're definitely gonna have to get something bigger at some point
Yeah.
because we sleep in our car all the time and it's
Well,
no good.
If you haven't seen the new Honda car, the seats like come back, so the whole car becomes a bed. I
Really?
guess the Honda Fit, it'll make a whole bed in the inside of the car, and you can store your stuff underneath.
What will I think of next? Ours is like a 99. So nothing fancy going on in there.
So when you guys do get your van, are you gonna paint it?
With the
Are
American
you gonna
flags?
paint it?
yeah,
I'm-
American flag.
I am not.
American flag?
I'm putting my foot down right now. That's not gonna happen.
Put a mural of Bob Dylan on it.
Maybe.
A tough old bird. You could draw like a bird.
Yeah.
on
We
it.
could do, yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Sure.
got to put the logo on the side.
Yeah.
So you guys do have a logo?
We
Yeah,
do.
so yeah.
more or less.
It's like a little rooster weather vane type of thing.
That's cool.
Actually, you should get one. You should put one on your banjo.
I should actually. That'd be perfect. Good
Covered
idea.
in stickers like the typical
Yeah.
band. Fit right in.
So, outside of playing music, what kind of shows do you guys like to go to? Do you go to any?
Yeah, I mean, we like mainly the kinds of music that we play, which is, you know.
Yeah. We saw Deer Tick in Buffalo a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they were awesome.
That was a terrific show. And then we saw The Tallest Man on Earth at Asbury Hall.
Is he actually the tallest man on earth?
No, he's pretty short, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's ironic.
But you wouldn't know it from his energy level.
Yeah, we caught the Felice Brothers last time they
Mhm.
came to Rochester, because their show here was canceled, as I recall.
Right, because of the snow.
On account of the weather.
Oh. So since you've been playing the longest, what is the biggest band you've ever like played opening for or anything? Like the most famous?
I played on the Warped Tour when I was like 19.
Really?
We played in the Buffalo date, so that was a lot of fun, especially when you're 19.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Warped Tour 2 years ago and I'm going again.
It wasn't this kind of music though. There were no banjos, no harmonicas.
Yeah, I think Warped Tour is like definitely a concert experience everyone should have once in their life.
Yeah.
I can say I went home and my dad just looked at me and goes, "What didn't you roll around in?" All covered in mud, paint, everything.
Yeah.
So, going back to the guilty pleasure, what is the worst concert you've ever been to?
I got roped into going to a Leonard Skinner concert one time. I don't know how this happened, but it was just kind of sad, to tell you the truth. There was like only one guy left from the original band, and they played for like 45 minutes.
Oh.
And it was just it was outdoors, and we were like way up on the grass. It was just bad. It was a bad concert. I felt bad for everybody involved.
What about you?
You know, some of those free concerts that they have when some of the, I don't know if you want to call them retread acts come around, that also have like one original guy. I've seen a few of those that have been pretty bad. I saw Everclear play, I think it was in Tonawanda, and
Was it this past summer?
no, this was probably like 5 years ago, but they made their own songs just unrecognizable.
And then what about you? Worst concert?
Worst concert. It wasn't necessarily a bad concert. It just wasn't my type of music. I saw Lupe Fiasco play at. It was like a hip hop show in Fredonia.
Sounds like it.
Pretty intense. I think I left like halfway through it.
I think I can only tolerate one of his songs. I think he did it with Patrick Stump. One of his songs he did, and that was the only song I liked. I got roped into singing Victoria Justice, and she sang 2 songs and then played like trailers for her movie. And I was like,
What?
we actually paid money to go to this.
Wow.
My younger sister like loved her, and I was like, all right, I'll go. I don't care. So we sat there, and she sang like one song, and then like just put up the big screen like her music videos, and like stopped performing. So I think that was the worst I've ever seen.
Wow.
Especially when tickets were like $50 to watch her play her music videos.
To counter that, the best concert we've been to, I think, was we stood in line for like 4 hours to see Bob Dylan, and that was pretty terrific.
Yeah. Ended up in the front row.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Good stuff.
And what was your best concert?
I honestly, off the top of my head, I couldn't think. I can tell you. There's been a lot of them.
There's been a lot.
What's the
Yeah.
first one that comes to mind?
Or the first handful.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank, to be honest with you. I'm drawing a blank.
That's okay.
And I think mine, I'm in love with Fall Out Boy. I hate their new music. I like their old like punk sound. So I think it was like 3 years ago. My parents dropped me off at the New York State Fair in Syracuse because I'm in 4-H. Well, I was supposed to eat for 4 days. I blew all my money on concert tickets for the whole weekend, and I made it to like the pit of Fall Out Boy. And I was just sobbing hysterically. It's downpouring. I'm in like the front starting a mosh pit, and it was probably like the best concert I've ever been to.
I saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers a few years ago, and they killed it. They were so good.
They're a cool band. I like them a lot. My dad saw them in Florida when he went to Embry, so we saw them in Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
The only concert I ever went to was Lady Gaga. That was something, but
It's the only concert you've ever been to?
yeah, I've been to like Kiss the Summer Hello and Kiss the Smash and everything, and I've been to a couple local shows with like 40, 50 people. But the only big concert I've ever been to was Lady Gaga. And Les All American Reject counts at the Rapids. They came here last year as our spring concert. They were great. I was front row.
Oh man, see this year somehow they landed us 2 rap acts. So we have Jeremiah and Pia Mia, and I can't tell you a single song by either.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's just, I was sat there scratching my head, and it's like they're actually expecting me to pay $10 to go see the. We had Echo Smith in the fall, and that was an amazing show.
Mhm.
But on our campus, it's really hard to get people to go out and do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a free concert with the first band we interviewed, and 14 people came.
Yeah, nobody wants to do anything anymore.
Mm.
Unless you're getting a free T-shirt or free food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
All right. So do you guys want to play one last song for us, possibly?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Right.
Awesome.
Let's do a new song.
Ooh, new song.
The sun swung down and our hair smelled like the river. All the rocks worn down to sand. You can explain it any way you want to. I won't ever understand. They said his dog never did come home. I left a bottle by the door. Your coffee's strong and your light is sweet. I won't be stopping by no more. And if you need anything from me, you always know where I'll be found. Where I'll be found. Come on inside and take those wet clothes off before you catch your death of cold. I skipped ahead and read the final page while you put the kettle on the stove. Alice came by with some bread she made. My watch stopped at 1:30. The road was awful sharp and nobody's perfect. It could have happened to anyone. And if you need anything from me, you always know where I'll be found. Where I'll be found. Charlie says that's not the way we do things here. And there are wasps beneath the eaves. I went right home time you please. If you need anything from me, you always know where I'll be found. If you need anything from me, you always know where I'll be found. Where I'll be found.
What was the title of that one?
It's called Where I'll Be Found.
Awesome. And where did that come from?
Just kind of appeared a little bit at a time. That's the
Okay.
they do
Piece
sometimes.
it together?
Yeah.
Got it.
So before you guys go, do you have any advice to any college student or any up and coming folk artist or anything you guys want to leave?
I don't think we're nearly successful enough to be given advice, but if I were to give some anyway, I don't know, go out and play shows in front of as many people as you
Yeah.
can, or as few people as you can.
Yeah, play
And,
anywhere you can.
yeah.
Whenever you can.
Work on your songs.
Yeah, write good songs.
Yeah.
And so, since you all finished college and everything, do you have any advice to college students or anyone pursuing field or anything right now? Finals are around the corner.
Well, from my personal experience, I would say that it's okay to not go into the field that you majored in.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Drink lots of coffee. Get your papers done.
Awesome. Is there anything else you need to leave? The upcoming shows? Yeah.
We're not going to be playing around here for a little while, I don't think.
No, we're playing at Mohawk Place.
Oh, yeah, what do I know?
Place.
Like next week.
Don't listen to me, yeah.
On the 19th, April 19th, we're playing at Mohawk Place.
Awesome.
That is such a cool venue.
Yeah.
Their
we
bar
love it
is
there.
gorgeous. too.
Yeah.
Not that we can drink there anyway, but you know.
That's what my dad's for. So, you guys have Reverb Nation by chance?
No,
No?
we don't. We've got Bandcamp, we've
You
got
have Bandcamp?
SoundCloud.
If you guys ever do open up a Reverb Nation, be sure to add WNA so we can advertise all of your upcoming concerts and everything, endorse your
Will do.
music and
Sounds like
whatnot.
a plan.
We'll put this up on YouTube and it'll be up in the weekend.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
No problem.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
So much for coming.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna sign off and we're gonna play some